I want you to go ahead and do the bell work problem on your own. I want you to, it doesn't say solve, but see if we can solve. So write the equation and solve it. Actually, it does say solve it. I just need to read the question.
Could someone go?
Alright, is anybody still working on this one? Alright, so Jackie bought concert tickets online. The tickets cost $24.50 each. That's a multiplication word. And there was a $9.50 processing fee, which tells me that was one time. So $24.50. You can drop that last zero. If you didn't, it's perfect, okay? Times each ticket. So I'm going to use a T. Plus $9.50. She spent a total, so that's going to be my end result, $83. Now, the way that I knew it was supposed to be solved is it tells us. It wants to know how many tickets. Did I find out how many tickets there were yet? Nope. So I need to solve it. So I'm going to subtract $9.50 from both sides. Oh, that's 72.50. Is that right? 73.50. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 24.50. Again, I probably should have grabbed the calculator, but is it 3? Oh, looky there. So, she bought 3 tickets. Any questions? No, it's okay. I'm going to pull up the answer keys in a little bit. Alright, so, today what we're going to look at is we're going to have more with distributing, more with, to just kind of get them a little bit longer, a little bit more challenging as we go along. So that's what we're going to continue looking at. Alright, so let's look at number 1. First of all, you should see right here in front of our parentheses, we have a subtraction. And we have no number right there. So what's our number going to be? 1. Some of you just distribute that negative to everything. That's perfectly okay. I'm going to add a line, change the sign. 8m plus, distribute negative 1 times 8, which is negative 8. Bring down my subtraction. Negative 1 times m is negative 1m, or just negative m. I don't like the subtracted negatives, so I'm going to add a line change sign. Combine like terms, 8m plus 1m is 9m plus a negative 8. How do I get rid of adding a negative 8?
Miss LB, please report to Miss O'Brien's office. Miss LB.
It's a teacher's name, so that's okay. Well, what's the opposite of adding a negative? Subtracting a negative or adding a positive. Positive 8's the opposite of the negative 8. 9m, 36. Divide both sides by 9. M equals 4. Everything is opening up on that side today, isn't it? Good to know. All right, questions on that one? No. That one was those negatives and subtractions really usually mess people up, so be very, very careful with those. All right, let's look at number 2. And it's going to open my key on that side, of course. All right, number 2. I'm going to distribute, but you can see there's no negative in front of it, so it's just going to be a normal distribute. What's half of 4s? 2s plus half of 12, 6. Bring down my minus 5s. 2s minus 5s is negative 3s. Make sure you write your s's where they don't look like 5s to you. Bring down my plus 6. Subtract 6 from both sides. Divide both sides by negative 3. Positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. And 24 divided by 3? Nobody? Negative 8.
I'm sorry that we can keep interrupting.
Any questions on getting negative 8? All right. I want you to do number 3. You can do it with your partner or try by yourself. I'm good either way. But pay attention to the negative, that subtraction. Looks like most of us are finishing up. Alright, let's go ahead and look at it. I'm going to keep my 17 on the left because there's nothing to do with that one. Bring down my C. I'm going to add a line, change of sign because there's subtraction before my parentheses. Negative 3C, so plus a negative 3C. Bring down my plus sign. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Combine my C's. C plus a negative 3C is negative 2C. Add 3 to both sides. Divide by negative 2. And we get C equals negative 10. Questions on that one? Alright, try number 4 by yourself. I think most of you tried 3 by yourself, but go ahead and try 4 by yourself. Pay attention to the subtractions and negatives. That's where most people mess up. And we do have a double distribute here. So when you have an answer, double check with your partner. If you're getting stuck, you can check with your partner. Ask questions. Yes. Okay, bring me your calculator. How's it not working? And it looks like more people drew on it than before. Have you done this problem? Have you finished this problem? Okay, good. Anytime your calculators don't work, guys, just hit the reset button. Usually that will get it back. All right, let's go and look at this one. All right, so I'm going to start off with my first distributing. 2w. Bring down my plus sign. 2 times 3 is 6. Go ahead and add a line. Change your sign. I have some of you not paying attention. I don't know if we're not finished, but we should be finished by now. We're going to add a line, change the sign here. Bring down my plus sign. Negative 5 times w is negative 5w. Bring down my subtraction. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Go ahead and, before I do anything, I'm going to add a line, change sign because that bothers me. 32. Anybody have any questions on the distributing portion? All right. Combine my like terms. 2w, negative 5w is negative 3w. 6 plus 5 is positive 11. Is everybody good at that spot? All right, from here we're just going to subtract 11. Divide both sides by negative 3. And we get negative 7. Questions on this one? All right, let's flip to the back. All right, let's look at some word problems. Write an equation for each situation and solve. Taking a cab in New York City is expensive. There is a base charge of $2.50. What does a base charge mean? Is it going to happen repeatedly? Is it going to happen one time? It is a one-time thing. All right?
I'm so very sorry I'm having to make...
We're going to start this one over since there was an announcement in the middle. Taking cab New York City is expensive. We talked about base charge is a one-time thing. As soon as you enter the cab, plus an additional, so we've got a keyword there, it's an addition, $2.50 per mile, multiplication word. Alright, so I'm going to do my $2.50 per mile first, just because I like my variable first, but you could have just done your $2.50, plus $2.50. Suppose you only have a single 20 in your pocket and you don't plan to give any tip. How many miles can you travel? Now, one of you or two of you had tried to use an inequality with this problem. But how do I know this is not an inequality problem? Inequality greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than. Is it asking me what's the most miles I can travel or what's the least amount I can travel? Or no, it's saying how many. That is a definite answer. That's not a range of answers, if that makes sense. All right, so $20 and no tip. How mean to not give a tip. All right, we're going to subtract $2.50 from both sides. Because you plan on going to New York later, you might find out that it's actually probably more expensive than that. To take a cab. Cabs are definitely not cheap. Oh, I dropped off my M, sorry. Hope that didn't confuse anybody. Alright, from there I'm going to divide both sides by $2.50. And we get 7. 7 miles is how many miles can take on $20. Alright, some of you, that means you wouldn't even be able to get to school using a cab with $20. Alright, questions on that one? Alright, see if you can write the equation for 6. Let's just start with just writing it. I don't want you solving until we know you wrote it correctly. Alright, let's look. A family buys airline tickets online. Each, there's a multiplication word, is $167. So $167 each. Family buys travel insurance with each ticket. So we have a second each there, don't we? That costs $19 per ticket. So they're going to add $19 per ticket also. I am using X. I probably should have used a T since it stands for ticket. The T's look like addition sometimes, so I'm going to stick with my X. The website charges a fee of $16 for the entire, so I'm going to also add $16. Family is charged a total of $1,132. Questions on this setup? Alright, go ahead and solve. Alright, can we go ahead and look at this one? Alright, so I'm going to combine my like terms, 167x plus 19x, and I get 186x. Bring down what I didn't get to use. Subtract 16 from both sides. Divide both sides by 186. Now, a lot of our answers have been turning out what I like to call pretty, because, first of all, does it make sense for us to have 6.2 tickets or something like that? No. So, it doesn't really make sense in these problems for there to be a decimal answer, but can I have decimal fractions answers? Yes, that's one of the biggest changes in 8th grade to the 9th grade, is we see more decimal and fraction answers, and that seems to confuse students. So be very aware that you can get a lot more decimal and fraction answers. All right, go ahead and see if you can do number 7. It is multiple choice. look at it. We have Brittany, Ashley, and Tyler are selling candy bars. Brittany sold 5 more than Ashley. So I'm going to take Brittany. I'm going to do Ashley plus 5. Okay, that's what more than 5 more than Ashley. Tyler sold twice. There's a multiplication word that means 2 times something. As many as Brittany. So 2 times Brittany's amount. If the 3 friends sold a total, and then we just have Ashley's amount. So if the 3 total sold 39, I'm going to have Brittany plus Tyler plus Ashley equals 39. Well, Brittany's was A plus 5, so I'm going to replace Brittany with A plus 5 plus Tyler, which I'm going to replace with 2B. How am I messing this up? Oh, never mind. Plus Ashley. Alright, so do I want 2 variables? What do I know about Brittany, though? Five more than Ashley. So can't I replace this B also with A plus 5? So I have A plus 5 for my Brittany. I'm going to replace this B with 2 times my B, which is A plus 5, to get Ashley. Plus Ashley, equals 39. So all of my B's could be replaced with A plus 5. From here, it's just all about combining like terms and distributing. So I've got 2A plus 10. And if you did it a different way, that's fine. I broke it down little piece by little piece, because that's how my brain works. I have 4 A's. 5 plus 10 is 15. Which matches B. Questions about that one? Alrighty. Alright, so I'm going to give you your assignment. Remember, there are answers at the bottom of the assignment. I have not checked today's to see if they're accurate or not. So I would not rely on those answers at the bottom of the homework, because sometimes they're accurate and sometimes they're not. Usually I cut them off, but I didn't this time. Alright. Any questions on this lesson before I pass out homework?